Nowadays, we all mostly know McDonald's for their burgers, fries, or maybe Ronald McDonald. But did you know about their entire roster of characters in McDonaldland? A separate universe from ours with franchise fields and more? Well, let's take a look at this.
Get yourself ready for a trip through McDonald land.
One day, Ronald and his friends spotted Evil Grimace running off with loads of shakes and
I'm thirsty!
Thinking quickly, Ronald disguised himself as a big Hollywood movie director.
I'm really thirsty!
Took a shortcut and headed off to Grimace at Filet-O-Fish Lake.
Wait!
Shouted Ronald.
This is what the average McDonald's commercial used to look like, with fantasy characters and a storyline. But these advertisements lead to something much darker, which affected many people. Kid-targeted cigarette campaigns. The McDonald's brothers didn't even start as a restaurant. They instead started as a small theater house, but it didn't do well. Instead of that, they made a hot dog and burger stand, which they then turned into a car hop drive-in, which was a place where waitresses would go to your car to note your order and deliver your food. Although the McDonald's brothers were very successful with this model, there were a few problems. Plates always got stolen or broken. Many people came there and didn't buy food. Instead, they just flirted with the car hops instead. And most importantly, people only got their food 30 minutes later after they ordered. Most of the time, the order is wrong too. These problems are inspired Dick McDonald, one of the McDonald brothers, to come with the speedy service model, which got rid of plates and replaced them with disposable paper bags. They trained their employees to be in perfect sync and make a perfect burger in less than 30 seconds. According to multifamilyaccounting.com, Mac and Dick McDonald took the assembly line concept perfected by Henry Ford for cars and applied it to the hamburger business. While this was happening, Ray Kroc, a multi-mixer salesman who was failing to sell any multi-mixers, so when he got an order for 6 of them, he was surprised and went to see a small but successful restaurant called McDonald's. Ray Kroc saw the potential of this restaurant and wanted in on it, and as the previous franchising agent backed out due to health reasons, Ray Kroc asked the brothers to be the new one. Although the brothers didn't accept it at first, they eventually gave in. And eventually Ray Kroc bought out the rights to the name and operating system of McDonald's. It's now 1971 and McDonald's is still going strong with over 1,500 stores and with no signs of stopping. By now, Ray Kroc had bought out the brothers for $2.7 million. And this was when the franchisee in DC and Ray Kroc came up with the idea to make McDonaldland, an ad campaign with McDonald-themed characters targeted at children. They decided that kids have pester power and can single-handedly decide where a family eats. So McDonald's put a lot of resources into making the ad campaign, the toys, and the actual commercials. And did the campaign work? Yes it did. It worked very well. Every child wanted to go to McDonald's to meet Ronald McDonald, Bertie, Captain Crook, or Grimace. So successful, they even made a short TV show, a video game, and dedicated playgrounds where you could pretend you were in McDonaldland and put yourself in jail, if you wanted to. But some of these play places got shut down because they were unsafe for children, but all of this would soon come to a sudden pause. McDonald's was sued. They had stolen everything from HR Pufnstuf. It's a popular TV show that only had 17 episodes but was so good it was aired for over 30 years after its original release date. McDonald's had stolen everything, even down to the voice actors. Apparently McDonald's ad agency, Needham, Harper and Steers, and H&S, thought that the vibe and type of audience that HR Pufnstuf was exactly what they needed. So they reached out to Sid and Marty Krofft, the creators of HR Pufnstuf, to ask them to make a version of H&R Pufnstuf where everything was burger themed. While negotiations were still going through, NH&S said that they were going in a different direction and terminated the agreement. Let's take a look at this quick montage of similar characters between McDonald Land and HR Pufnstuf. As you can see, they're very similar and sometimes even look like reskinned versions of HR Pufnstuf's characters. But Ray Kroc wasn't new to taking people's ideas though. He saw the potential of the McDonald's brothers' speedy service model and bought them out. He then took Harry Sonnenborn's idea to make money from real estate instead of selling burgers. And in 1971, they stole Sid and Marty Krofft's HR Pufnstuf. Ronald McDonald himself was originally stolen from Bozo the Clown, a mascot for multiple TV news channels in the late 60s and early 70s. So essentially, if you want to be successful, then steal other people's ideas, was basically Ray Kroc's motto. The lawsuit, like most, went on for years but ended in McDonald's losing and having to fork over $1,044,000. After the lawsuit, McDonald's had to remove or change these characters. Uncle O'Grimacy, Cosmic, Burness, Vulture, Sunday, I'm Hungry, Mike the Microphone, Mayor McCheese, Officer Big Mac, Captain Kirk, and the Professor all got removed. The rest of the characters went through some changes, like Evil Grimace, who lost the evil part of his name and lost a pair of arms. Or the Hamburglar, who went through a complete redesign and changed from an old man who only said "Wobble Wobble" to a shorter, friendly-looking thief who didn't really steal anything and was just friends with Ronald McDonald. McDonald's also didn't really get any bad press for straight-up copying Sid and Marty Krofft's HR Pufnstuf. Usually a company would be memed on or get a bad press for something like this. Granted, this was in the 90s, so they wouldn't get memed on, but they would still get bad press. For example, when the KFC chicken shortage hit, there was a swarm of memes and news outlets talking about them. Or BetterHelp selling customers data. Again, this was like memed upon and gained bad press. Even further, Volkswagen made a racist German commercial, and once again it gained bad press. So why didn't McDonald's get any bad press? I think it's because McDonald's didn't drastically change anything. They slowly transitioned their ads into the real world and gradually removed characters. So by now, McDonald's had successfully removed some characters and was going to transition into a different ad campaign targeting adults, but they were behind by a lot. Panera and Wendy's had started targeting them in the mid-90s. The extremely successful McDonald's End campaign had worked against them, and now McDonald's was considered a kids' restaurant. So why does this matter to US history? Well, before I had said that other companies like Wendy's and Panera had taken up the market share with adult audiences. Other companies had tried to copy McDonald's ad campaign and try to gain the same success, but they failed. Domino's had made the Noid and Burger King had made the Kid Club. But McDonald's had also inspired cigarette ads that were targeted at children, like Joe Camel. Joe Camel was a slick anthropomorphic camel in a suit that was used to make cigarettes look hip and cool to kids, so they would buy them. Not only that, after Joe Camel got sued out of existence, Cool, another cigarette company, designed their penguin mascot and made him buffer and hipper. This is America clearly violating the ideal of life, specifically the health part of it. Secondhand smoking itself can cause lung cancer, stroke, heart disease, and more, but kids smoking can kill them. According to kidshealth.org, young smokers are more likely to try marijuana, cocaine, heroin, or other drugs. Although McDonald's never intended their commercials to lead to cigarette ads, they did, because they were the ones who first found success making advertisement and characters for children. So this is the legacy that McDonald's has left behind.